Hi, how are you doing this morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever time of day it currently is for you on this planet? How are you doing? I'm doing swell, and let's discover who the universe has chosen for today's opponent. First things first, though, I am wearing a hoodie currently because it is disturbingly cold, and the thermostat has a mind of its own. It's so hard to regulate. I flip it over, and it's like, nope, has a mind of its own. So I don't know. I had to resort to wearing hoodies now. Anyways, let's get into this 10-minute rapid. Discover who the universe has chosen for today's opponent. Mike Curls 07. How you doing? I'm going to be playing a 10-minute because I have a few stories that I wanted to tell on my encounters with the police. I said I was going to do this last video, but I didn't do it. So here I am doing it now. And I'm going to tell these 3 police encounters by degrees or how crazy the police encounters were. None of them were too crazy. One of the encounters could have gotten out of hand, but it didn't. And that's gonna be my second story. Anyways, first story, simple pullover. First and only time I've ever been pulled over. And mind you, I lived at the country at the time, so it was straight roads and fields and everything, and so we had some confidence to speed. So it was October, sometime around Halloween, and we went to a haunted house, and I was a little late. I left my ticket at my house. I was at my friend's house, and we were going to go, and I left my ticket to the haunted house in my house, so I had to go back to my house. And then I was speeding over to the haunted house. Not a good idea. And it was nighttime at this point. And as I'm speeding, I notice a cop in front of me, planted. And I'm like, oh snap, I'm in trouble. So I slow down as fast as I can, hoping the cop does not notice me. But unfortunately, he does. So he pulls me over. Yeah, I'm gonna take here. I believe I'm gonna take here. Pulls me over, license, registration, all that stuff, and I couldn't find insurance or my registration. I couldn't find my registration. I couldn't find my registration. And I opened the glove box trying to find the papers, and I'm pulling out papers, like panicking a little bit. It's my first time ever being pulled over. I'm like, oh, great. I got to tell my parents I was pulled over, got to pay the speeding ticket. And I'm pulling out documents, and one of the things in the glove box was a hemp wrap for something obvious. I didn't have the greenery in the car. I just had the wrap, and it was, while I was pulling, it was there in the glove box as I'm pulling the papers out. I don't know if he didn't see it or didn't care, but he let me off with a warning. So I'm glad he would let me off with a warning, because I was going, before I got pulled over, I was going pretty fast. I was going pretty fast, but he let me off with a warning. So I guess I sped down just enough in time. That's the first police encounter, and these are in no order. Again, these are just by degree craziness of police encounter. So the second time, in my neighborhood, we would have boxing fights every now and then, and they got so popular that one time a few of Oh, and one more thing. I think I already said this. All of these encounters were in the time frame of me being in high school. So, yeah, the boxing matches got so popular that a few of the teenagers, few people that lived in the neighborhood, they were like, oh, they thought it would be a good idea to set up a neighborhood boxing league, which did not last very long. The police picked up very fast on that. So one of the times we had a boxing event, we were at the basketball court, and somebody brought gloves. They're like, we only need one more pair to start this match, and fortunately, I had I had a pair. Wait, do I bring my bishop out here? I think I'm gonna bring my bishop here. It's gonna bring destruction, I think. We'll see. So, and I was also with two of my friends, Neo and Thor. If you don't know who those characters are, I mentioned them in past videos, but I was with my friends Neo and Thor. Those are not their real names. Oh, this is interesting. Threaten the queen here. My bishop is protected. Oop, and oh, you just blundered your queen. Nice. So I was with my friends. I get my gloves and we head down to this. In my neighborhood, there was an area, a small park with a trail behind it that went into some woods, and this area park was around houses. It was like on the end of some street. And at the park there was this pit, and it was like a wooden fence. It was just imagine a pit with it was like a wooden fenced pit, right? So it was a perfect area to have this boxing event. The only problem is it was around quite a few houses. So we go to the park, we go to the pit, get set up, and the sun's going down at this time. And when I tell you there were 50, had to be 30 plus, 20, okay, that was a large jump, 50 to 20. I don't know. I'm gonna say like around 30 people pulled up to this event, and it was a great time. Like energy was crazy high. It was super fun. And Neo, he brought the greenery, so he sparked up doing his thing, which is not ideal with police encounters. And one of the last fights was my friend Thor. I call him Thor because he looks like Thor. He's tall, got the build, and he has long blonde hair. So Thor, I'm gonna call him Thor. He was the last fight. So he was fighting. He had my gloves on, and this is when the police pulled up with their sirens, and immediately I can see the fear in Thor's eyes. He's like, everybody stops. He jumps over the fence and throws the gloves, and everybody just starts taking off. It was the crazy times this was. Like, the look in his face was priceless. I mean, he was just like, as he's jumping over the fence, he just tosses me the gloves and just takes off, we all just take off running into the woods. And nothing much really happened after that. My only worry was I parked pretty close with my car, so I don't know, like I don't know if they were gonna take my license plate or anything and come to my house later. I don't know, but that never happened. So, and we are about to checkmate our friend here, so we're gonna have to go into another game. So that is the second police encounter. And Neo, back to that story. Neo ran for obvious reasons. Like he had greenery. So honestly, there were a few good reasons to run. Some reasons better than not, but he definitely had a reason to run, and he was gone. Like he overtook everybody. I'm telling you, 20 plus teenagers just running into the forest. Anyways, that's the other police encounter. The last police encounter, which had the potential to being the craziest one, it was with Thor, and this had the potential to be bad. We could have almost been in a police chase. Thankfully, we didn't. But we were on one of the main roads. Again, same place. Just roads, back roads, fields. So, we got some confidence to speed. So we're on this main road in Thor's car. He's driving, of course. Another thing, he took his muffler off or whatever. In some cars, you don't need to take the muffler off. Like, his car sounded like the loudest lawnmower on planet Earth. Just the nastiest sound ever from a car. Super unnecessary. I could tell when it was him coming into my neighborhood because I could hear it from a mile away. Anyways, we're in that car. And we're driving down the road, and he decides to overtake a few cars, go into the opposite lane, and speed. And speed, I mean like 70 plus. And this is, I think, a 40 miles an hour lane. So we're speeding 70 plus. He told me later how fast he was going, and it was fast. I don't remember the number, but going pretty fast. And he goes into the other lane to overtake these cars. And then we switch back into the right lane. And the momentum is still carrying us. And we pass a cop car. I couldn't identify it at first. I don't know if it was like an undercover police car or whatever. I don't know. I think it was a regular one. I just couldn't. I just wasn't paying attention. Like I was like, okay, we're going pretty fast here in the other lane, overpassing cars. But anyways, he looks back. He looks back with the same face he did running from the cops the first time. Actually, what do we want to do here? I think I like this move here. Put our bishop in a comfy spot. He has the same look he did the first time he ran from the police with the boxing stuff in the neighborhood. And like, okay, this is trouble. He said, he said, was that a cop? As soon as he said that, I turn around and I see the cop car turn their lights on and swing the car around and start chasing us. And Thor, he was speed racer here. Had to hit 80, 85 plus, zooming down the road. Thankfully, there weren't many cars on the road at this time. We would have been in deep trouble if there were many cars. The road was pretty clear, so he's stomping the gas pedal to get away from the cop, because I mean, understandable, like he was in felony speeding territory. So if he would have gotten pulled over, he probably would have faced some kind of consequence. So he was like, nah, fluff that, we're getting out of here. So he speeds down, drifts a right onto another street, and just takes off the other direction. And we lose sight of him. We lose sight of the cop. We lost sight. I'm thinking, all right, this is it. This is where it all ends, I guess. This is where it all ends. We're getting pulled over. Something's going to happen. We're going to flip. Something is going to happen. I'm thinking, there's no way we get out of this. But he drifts that right corner, and we lose sight of the cop. The other crazy thing about the story is, I'm going to take that knight from you. Thank you. The other crazy thing about the story is he knew exactly where to go. He took this other turn. And again, this is the country. Like this is the sticks. We're living in the sticks. So he takes a right turn into this off-road dirt path or something. And like we're driving through this off-road dirt path surrounded by trees, and like the car is going like bumping on rocks and everything, and he obviously knew where he was going. He was going to one of his friend's house, who lives the definition of the sticks. Like out there in the country, there's probably some houses in the woods somewhere that you don't even know. And it was like a Harry Potter scene where we're in these woods on this dirt trail, crazy trail, bumping, hitting rocks and everything. And we go out into this area, and there was a house surrounded by woods. and we knocked on their door. They were like, he was like, "Yo, I just had to run from the cops. I just had to run from the police. Can we stay here a little bit to you know?" Oh, I don't like that. I don't know if I like that. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep one of my pawns alive. I like this move though, because this guy's our rook over here is saving us. Yeah, he tells his friend. Oh no, I didn't like that move. Wait, what? Oh no, I did not like that move. Oh my gosh. We cannot sell this game, man. But yeah, he tells them the whole situation. It's like a whole family, his friends, or one of his friend that lived in the house, and they're like, "Yeah, you can stay, and we just stayed there for like an hour or something. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, what if a cop knocks on this door? That would have been the craziest end to that story. But fortunately, we lost the cop, and that was the story. That's it. Those were all of my police encounters. If you have had a police encounter, let me know. Again, they weren't the craziest police encounters ever. The last one could have turned into something if the cop. I think the cop was like, "Oh, they're going too fast. I'm not even gonna bother." And our opponent sells there, and we're completely even. The only advantage. No! Oh my gosh! What am I doing? How did I not see that? How did I not see that? Oh no. Just put us out of our misery, please. What are you doing? Can you just put us out of our misery? How did I not see that though? That's the crazy thing. Are you serious? No way, bruv. No way, bruv. No way, bruv. But yeah, those were all of my police encounters. Again, if you haven't seen the last video where I talk about getting framed by the police, that is by far the craziest police encounter I've ever been in. But those were my 3 police encounters. Again, if you have any similar experiences, let me know. Other than that, that's all I have to say, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Ever hate when you think you have to take a dump, and then you sit on the toilet and nothing happens? Like, why? That's the most disturbing, top 5 disturbing experiences of all time.